Well, welcome again. I am John with Aaron and Mary, and this segment is entitled the CSI History and the Philosophies of CSI. If you're just starting to wonder now, if A, you should want to go on a short-term missions trip, or B, why would you choose CSI, then this is certainly the segment we would want you to hear. CSI Ministries has a very long history, actually. We've been around since 1963, or our roots go back to 1963. It gives me great honor to be sitting right beside Mary. Mary Buffington has been with CSI now for over 21 years, been on umpteen missions trips, and has scheduled hundreds and thousands probably of more of missions trips. So we're going to ask Mary, we're going to bring Mary in here in this conversation to give us a little background on CSI. Mary, who was the founder of CSI Ministries?
His name was Reverend Herb McComas. He was a United Methodist minister, and mainly lived a lot of his years in Kentucky, began CSI, and he felt that he was getting to the place where he did not want to continue with. He wanted to turn it over with somebody. And so in a revival meeting, he met Reverend Eddie Klein and Shirley Klein, and he really felt God spoke to him to turn CSI Ministries over to Eddie and Shirley Klein. So that's when they moved it to Muncie, Indiana, and Eddie and Shirley ran CSI out of their back of their house. They had an apartment, but anyway, they ran it out of the back of their house, and then eventually bought another building. But Eddie Klein and Shirley Klein had it for many, many years, and that's when I came into the ministry, was under Eddie and Shirley Klein. They hired me.
Wonderful, wonderful. And now Eddie was not a United Methodist pastor.
No, he was a Quaker. He was a Friends pastor.
Okay, so one of the things that's special about CSI Ministries, and really in terms of what we've done throughout our history, was we've never partnered with one particular denomination. Right. We've gone across the board. I think of Methodists, I think of Quakers, I think of Church of the Brethren, I think of non-denominational churches, Episcopalians, Baptists. The list goes on and on. We've done with Catholics. We've done Catholic teams.
Yes.
The list goes on and on as to the types of groups that we've worked with. And it's wonderful with our associations in the field. We can frequently partner certain groups up with other, I know in Haiti, for example, our longest field. We've partnered Free Methodist groups up with Free Methodist organizations down in Haiti, and they kind of went through CSI. So we really encourage that intra-denominational work ethic and attitude.
As is evident by our staff and even represented here.
That is correct. Three different denominations. And we probably have 7 or 8 different denominations here in the home office itself, and that doesn't include our missionaries. Aaron, I would like to know a little bit about the philosophy behind CSI. What's our motto? What's our vision? What do we strive to accomplish?
Well, the thing we want to accomplish at CSI Ministries is providing a missions experience in Jesus' name. That's the purpose. You talked about the interdenominational affiliations that we have, and the teams that we can build, and the staff that we have, and our missionaries we have on the field. All of that feeds into our philosophy. And our philosophy basically is to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. It's not to promote a denominational stance. It's not to promote any certain agenda. It's to promote the gospel of Jesus Christ. And we do that through a couple of different ways on the field as well as here in the home office. On the field, our primary purposes are to build relationships with nationals. You can't share the gospel unless you have a relationship with the people you're trying to share it to. And so we do that through creating different project opportunities for teams. Those projects can be construction, they can be evangelistic, they can be VBS, they can be working with churches, they can be working just going into the community for a first time. But it's all relational based. We're trying to create relationship so we can share the gospel. Here in the home office, what we do is we try to create those relationships with you, the team leader or your church, so we can partner together in fulfilling that vision on the field. So if you were to boil CSI Ministries philosophy down, it's providing missions experience in Jesus' name through relationships that we build.
Very well said, very well said. One of the strong points of CSI Ministries, we are not a cookie-cutter organization. One missions trip does not fit all. We've got medical teams, we've got dental teams, we've got prayer teams, we've got construction teams, VBS teams, sports teams, all across the board. You name the type of team, and literally, if it could exist, we can put it together, and we probably have actually already. But we try to work and cater our trips to fit your need as much as we can, knowing full well that part of our ministry is ministering to the short-term teams. We do have long-term missionaries, but their ministry, part of their ministry is ministering to those short-term teams. We've said the stat before, we're going to say the statistic again during the course of these videos. Roughly 1 out of 60 short-term missionaries become a long-term missionary.
That's true.
And that only happens if the missions trip is well organized, if they're able to see and feel the call and grow spiritually on that trip. And if things are not organized, if it's just loosey-goosey type of trip, they may not be there ready to receive that call. And it's our missionaries in the field, their team leaders, the team training, all the way through that encompasses all of CSI to make this a true ministry to our short-term missionaries.
I might add one thing that you might wonder what CSI stands for. It started out as Christian Service International, and then they shortened it to CSI Ministries, and that's what we're incorporated underneath.
Yeah, and that was done way before the CSI TV popularity.
That's true.
But we do appreciate the TV
We do
show.
appreciate it.
It does give a good conversation piece. I've had a lot of people ask me the CSI thing, especially if you wear your shirt,
So going back to it, missions experience in Jesus' name.
Yes.
And we are all about sharing the gospel, and that is first and foremost. Projects are secondary. So if you have any questions, please contact us. You can email us at teams@csiministries.org.